War is a symphony of chaos, a cacophony of noise and destruction. But for Commander Bannock there was music amidst the madness. He wasn't your typical Klingon commander. He was a strategist, a leader, and a lover of music. He believed in honor and duty, but his methods were unorthodox. Bannock had a unique tactic, a way to stall the enemy that was as unexpected as it was effective. He would blast music from his ship's comms, specifically the timeless tunes of the Beatles. It was an odd choice, some would say, especially for a Klingon, but it worked. The jarring contrast of classic rock amidst the din of battle had a strangely disarming effect. It threw the enemy off balance, sowed confusion, and bought Bannock precious time. He wasn't just a warrior though, he was a leader who understood the toll war took on the soul. He used music to boost morale, to offer a moment of respite in the midst of chaos. His crew, initially skeptical, soon found solace in the familiar melodies. The music became a symbol of hope, a reminder of the world beyond the battlefield. The bridge of Bannock's ship was often filled with the sounds of battle. But there were times when a different kind of energy filled the air, times when the hum of the warp core was accompanied by the strums of a guitar and the beat of a drum. Bannock, a lifelong fan of the Beatles, believed in the power of music to soothe the soul. It was a belief that extended even to the heart of a Klingon warship. During tense standoffs or after grueling battles, he would play their songs on the ship's comms. The crew, initially surprised, grew to appreciate these moments of respite. The music offered a sense of normalcy, a reminder of the things they were fighting for. It was a shared experience that transcended rank and duty, uniting them in a way that even the heat of battle couldn't. One day, after a particularly harrowing encounter, the sound of Hey Jude filled the bridge. The familiar melody, usually so upbeat, carried a certain melancholy that resonated with the weary crew. As the last notes faded, a young officer spoke up, his voice thick with emotion. "Thank you, Commander," he said. That was exactly what we needed." It was during a diplomatic mission to Earth that Bannock met Zainab. An interpreter for the Federation, Zainab was intelligent, compassionate, and a fellow music lover. Their initial encounters were professional, but their shared love for music quickly formed a bond between them. One evening, after a long day of negotiations, Bannock found Zainab in the ship's mess. She was humming a familiar tune, a Beatles song. He recognized it instantly and joined in, his deep baritone blending with her softer voice. Their eyes met, a shared smile passing between them. That night they talked for hours, about music, about their hopes for the future, about the senselessness of war. Zainab was surprised by Bannock's taste in music. "I wouldn't have taken you for a Beatles fan," she admitted, her voice laced with amusement. Bannock chuckled. "Music transcends boundaries," he replied. "It speaks a universal language." Their conversations were a stark contrast to the conflict brewing around them. In those moments, the weight of war seemed to lift, replaced by the simple joy of shared passion. It was the beginning of something special, a connection that defied the odds. As tensions between the Klingon Empire and the Federation escalated, Bannock found himself on the brink of a crucial mission. He was tasked with leading a small fleet to stall a major enemy offensive, buying precious time for reinforcements to arrive. The odds were stacked against him. Outnumbered and outgunned, his only hope lay in his tactical brilliance and his unconventional methods. The weight of responsibility was immense. Failure was not an option. As he prepared for battle, a sense of foreboding washed over him. He sought solace in the one constant in his life, music. He reached for his data chip, his fingers tracing the familiar grooves of the casing. He selected a song, the lyrics echoing in his mind. The words imbued with new meaning in the face of imminent danger resonated deeply. They would be his guide, his inspiration, and his secret weapon. He decided to use Beatles lyrics as code phrases for his fleet. It was a risky move, but it could give them the edge they needed to survive. The fate of the mission, and countless lives, rested on his shoulders. Section 5. The Ballad of Sacrifice. The battle was fierce, a maelstrom of energy beams and exploding warships. Bannock, true to his nature, used every tactic at his disposal, including his unconventional sonic warfare. As the enemy ships closed in, he issued a command, his voice calm amidst the chaos. "Let it be," he said, a steely glint in his eye. The crew understood. The familiar strains of the Beatles classic filled the comms, a beacon of defiance against the onslaught. It was a desperate gamble, a last stand against overwhelming odds. Bannock fought with the ferocity of a true warrior, his Klingon blood surging. He led with courage and determination, inspiring his crew to fight on even as hope seemed to dwindle, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. A stray torpedo struck near the bridge, rocking the ship violently. Bannock, thrown against a console, felt a searing pain shoot through his leg. He collapsed, his vision blurring. He could hear the sounds of battle raging around him, the cries of his crew, the insistent alarms blaring throughout the ship, but above it all, he could hear the music, the faint strains of Let It Be, a haunting melody in the face of his own mortality. His last conscious thought was of Zainab, her face a vision of peace and love in the midst of the surrounding chaos. Section 6. From the Ashes of War. Bannock awoke to the sterile white of a medical bay. The familiar hum of life support systems filled his ears. His body ached, his leg throbbing with a dull pain. He was alive but forever changed. The battle had been a Pyrrhic victory. They had stalled the enemy long enough for reinforcements to arrive, but at a great cost. Many good Klingons, men and women he had served with, had fallen, and he himself had been critically injured, his leg mangled beyond repair. He was fitted with a prosthetic, a constant reminder of the battle that had taken so much. He was discharged from service, deemed unfit for duty. Retirement was difficult for a warrior who had known only the battlefield for so long. The silence was deafening, the lack of purpose unbearable. He was haunted by memories of the war, the faces of fallen comrades etched into his mind. He found solace in music, the familiar melodies a source of comfort and healing. He would spend hours listening to his collection, his fingers tapping out rhythms against his prosthetic leg. He even started playing again, his old guitar a link to a past life. Section 7. A New Movement. Word of Bannock's unconventional tactics and his love for music spread throughout the Klingon Empire. He became an unlikely hero, a symbol of resilience and the unexpected ways in which one could find strength in the midst of adversity. He received letters from veterans, many of whom shared their own experiences with the horrors of war and the healing power of music. He realized he wasn't alone in his struggles. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a desire to use his experiences to help others. He reached out to Zainab, their connection deepening in the aftermath of the war. They shared a belief in the power of music to heal and unite. Together, they decided to start a foundation dedicated to providing music therapy to veterans suffering from PTSD. Their vision was ambitious, to create a space where veterans could come together, share their stories, and find solace in the universal language of music. They envisioned a place where the wounds of war could begin to heal, where the cacophony of battle could be replaced by the harmony of shared experience. They poured their heart and soul into this new mission, their shared passion a beacon of hope in a galaxy still reeling from conflict. Section 8. The Healing Power of Music. The foundation named Commander's Melody quickly gained momentum. Veterans from all walks of life flocked to the center, drawn by the promise of healing and camaraderie. They came bearing the scars of war, both visible and invisible, their hearts heavy with unspoken pain. But within the walls of the foundation, they found a sanctuary. They found a place where they could finally let go of the burdens they had carried for so long. They gathered in music rooms, their fingers finding solace in the strings of guitars, the resonance of drums, the soothing melodies of wind instruments. The power of music was transformative. It provided an outlet for their emotions, a way to express the pain and trauma that words could not convey. It connected them to one another, forging bonds of understanding and shared experience. The foundation became a testament to the enduring power of music to heal even the deepest wounds. It was a place where veterans could rediscover their voices, reclaim their lives, and find peace. Section 9. The Commander's Legacy. Years later, the Commander's Melody Foundation stood as a beacon of hope in a galaxy still healing from conflict. Bannock, his hair now streaked with gray, watched from the wings as veterans took to the stage. Tonight, they were holding a benefit concert, a celebration of music, healing, and the indomitable spirit. The concert hall was filled with veterans, their families, and supporters from across the galaxy. The music soared, filling every corner of the hall. It was a tapestry of sound and emotion, weaving tales of loss, hope, and redemption. As the last notes faded, the audience erupted in thunderous applause. Bannock turned to Zainab, his heart overflowing with emotion. He reached for her hand, their fingers intertwining. It was a moment of profound gratitude, a testament to the power of love, music, and the resilience of the human spirit. The commander's melody lived on, a testament to the belief that even in the darkest of times, music could light the way. It was a legacy Bannock was proud of, a symphony of hope echoing through the stars.